I'm Andrew Phillips. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the difference between fiberglass insulation bat and rock wool insulation bat. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, both of these type of insulation bats are options for you if you're working on your house, whether you're insulating walls or ceilings and attics, all that stuff. There is a cost difference. Fiberglass is cheaper than the rock wool, and we're going to get into that in this video as far as why. But before we actually get into this, I just wanted to let everyone know if you're looking for videos on how to insulate attics, install baffle, different things like that, I'll have some of the videos that I've done showing that down in the description, so you can check those out as well, because we're not getting into how to insulate in this video, just more so explaining the difference between these two products. But I'm going to put both of these down on the ground so we can get a close-up of how they look, and then we'll get into the differences, and then you can make the decision as far as what you want to use in your project in your house.
Here's a look at what the packaging looks like. You have the fiberglass bat on the left, and then here on the right, the rock wool, that's the mineral wool bat. And that's what they would look like if you're going to the store to purchase them. And then here's the products themselves.
So starting off here, we're looking at this rock wool insulation. This is also what's known as mineral wool insulation or mineral insulation. And basically what this is, it's made from a rock mineral. It's a natural material made from recycled rock, so it is environmentally friendly. The process for making rock wool insulation begins with heating up the rocks until they become like a molten, and then at that point it's made into a wool and spun into fibers. The rock fibers are then poured into the mold, which creates the insulation slabs like you see here. These are a lot heavier than the fiberglass. The fiberglass, as you can see, is more fluffy. This one's more dense. Even though this is not fiberglass, as you can see, I do have gloves on. When you're working with either one of these, you want to be using protection on your skin, your eyes. You also want to be wearing some kind of a respirator type mask to not be inhaling the particles. Both of these, you want to make sure that you take the proper safety precautions because it can be irritating to your skin and you don't want the debris getting into your lungs. Now, moving on here to the fiberglass. The fiberglass insulation is another type of material. It's made mostly from sand and glass, and it's fabricated with a manufacturing process similar to the mineral wool that we have over here, but towards the end of its production, a polymer glue is sprayed onto it, which is what gives it this kind of cotton candy pinkish color that you see here. And this is a very common insulation that's used in many different applications. A lot of times because of its lightweight, it's easier if you're doing the project alone to hold it in place, where with the mineral wool, it's heavier. So this one is used more widely, and it is less expensive. It is lighter than this one here. But let's go into some of the other characteristics of these products. Let's talk about the fire resistance now in these two products. Now, mineral wool and fiberglass, they're both fire resistant. So if you're putting them into an application in your house and with electric and things like that, you're safe with that. Now, mineral wool does have a greater melting temperature than fiberglass, and it does provide a better fire resistance, which is why it's preferred in most exterior installations and used as a passive fire protection and control. If your building is located in an area known for wildfires, the extra bit of protection makes it worth choosing this one, even though, as mentioned already, it is more expensive. But if you're in a situation where the fire protection is needed better, then I would go with this one. But either way, they are both fire resistant. As far as durability, you can see here with the mineral wool how it maintains its structure. This thing is pretty solid, where with the fiberglass one, it's you can bend it. It's more fluffy. So in time, sometimes with the fiberglass, this can slump a little bit and kind of droop down, where with the mineral wool, it's going to hold its shape and it's going to maintain the placement in there better. So keep that in mind as well. Now, looking here at fiberglass, we're going to talk about the pros of going with this one. It's easy to install because of being lightweight. So if you're doing like a cathedral ceiling or angled ceilings like that, you can check out my video via the link above where I did use this on a cathedral style ceiling. This is very lightweight, so you can easily put it up with one hand and staple it into place with no problem. It is fire resistant. It is cost effective. As mentioned already, it's a lot cheaper than with the mineral wool. So if you're on a tight budget, it's widely available. You can find this one anywhere in the different R values. It's very easy to come by. It does come from recycled sources, which is good as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind, one of the drawbacks with it, though, is it is more vulnerable to moisture. So keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the benefits of going with this one here with the mineral wool. Mineral wool provides a better noise reduction. So if you're insulating your walls or ceilings or whatever, and you want to really have a noise reduction to dampen the sound, definitely want to go with this one, even though the higher R values of this fiberglass one can do that as well. This one, because of it being more dense, is more effective. It is fire resistant as well. It protects against fungus and molds and bacteria better than this one here, and it is more durable, as we talked about already, with it maintaining its structure over time and it being more dense. As you can see, this thing is like a block right here, so that's better. However, some of the downsides with this, it is heavier compared to this one. So if you are doing an application like a cathedral ceiling or more upright, it is going to be falling down more because of the weight. And obviously, as we've mentioned several times already in this video, is the price. This one is a lot more expensive, but you are getting what you pay for with that. Now, another thing to keep in mind with this here is that compared to the fiberglass bats, the mineral wool offers a better R value in the insulation, approximately 22 to 35% higher per inch. So keep that in mind as well when picking between these two. Now, I personally have used both of these types of insulation bat when doing insulation. I particularly liked this one here when insulating walls, my exterior walls, because of it having a better structure than the fiberglass. You can put it right into place, and I'm going to show you in a minute, but you can put it right into place and it will just lock right in there really good. It also, as we mentioned already, with the sound dampening and with being more dense with the higher insulation of the R value, it's better for your exterior walls because you get a better insulation. And I used the fiberglass, the faced fiberglass, with doing the cathedral style, like attic, the attic ceiling, because it's lightweight. You can put it right in place, staple it right in place, and it does its job that way. And what I'm using here is actually a high R value as well, so it does give a little bit of a sound dampening as well. But let's head over here and I'll show you the applications where I used these, and then we'll wrap up this this quick video just explaining the difference between the two. This is an outer wall right here, and you can see where I used the mineral wool and how, look how nice it just lays in place right here. The structure is nice and strong. It's nice and upright. You can see how easy it just goes together and just fits right in. And here you can see the R38 fiberglass insulation bat that I used. This is on the outer side of the cathedral ceiling here in this attic that I'm refinishing, but you can see it coming through. And we'll get on the other side, but you can see the baffle that I used. If you want to see a video where I showed how and when to use baffle, I'll put that link across the top. It'll also be down in the description, but you can see how that one lays in. But let's head on here on the other side, and I'll show you how it looks on this side as well. It's in between the rafters here. It's stapled in, and then this one's still being done, but you can see how we have it against the electric right here. But that's the R38, the fiberglass application there. All right, well, that wraps up this this video explaining the difference between fiberglass insulation bat and mineral wool insulation bat. You can pick up either one of these at Home Depot, Lowe's, things like that, as mentioned already in the video several times. This one's going to be cheaper than this one, but this one does have some added benefits that if you have it in your budget and you want to spend a little bit more, you are going to get, in my opinion, a better product. For doing, as we saw, the cathedral style angled ceiling here in this attic, this one here was a lot easier because you just put it right in place, staple it in, and you're done. If you're dealing with this one, it's a lot heavier, but then again, as we saw on the exterior walls, it goes right into place, stands nice, and the structure is nice and firm, and that one's easy to put in there, and you are getting a better sound dampening and a better insulation with the R values. So I hope that this video was informative for you. Hope it helped you out with any projects that you're doing around your house with insulating. As mentioned already a few times, I'll have some links down in the description where I show with insulating and installing baffle, things like that. I'll also have some other home improvement videos on there that I've done. So send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I appreciate all the support. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.